All right, if I could have your attention. I was going to do this a little later, but since I'm missing a lead alto player and a tenor player, I'm going to go ahead and do this now. I'd like to welcome you and thank you for coming to the first annual big band or just jazz concert. I would like to continue doing this every year, and we'll change it up, but this year is a tribute to the big band era of the 20s, 30s, and 40s. And if you look at the top, we have programs on both middle sections. If you have not received one, you can pick one up. At the top, it's dedicated to the memory of Dr. Wayne Dias and Dr. Raul Ornelas. Hold on. All right. I told my wife I didn't know if I was going to be able to do this. These two men mean so much to me, and they both have passed away. They were both professors at Lamar University, and if it was not for them, I don't know if I would have the knowledge or the love for jazz music or music in general. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about these gentlemen so you kind of know what they've done to our community or done for our community. Dr. Wayne Dias was a veteran of the United States Navy. He graduated with a Bachelor's of Music from Stephen F. Austin and Nacogdoches. Later, he was selected as music alumnus and inducted into the School of Music Wall of Honor in 1990. Dr. Dias earned his Master's of Music from the Catholic University in Washington, D.C., and his doctorate from the Doctor of Education from the University of Houston, having also completed graduate work at the University of Texas in Austin. He was employed as a jazz studies and professor of trombone at Lamar University in Beaumont. He has been a member of the Lamar faculty since 1977, when he had become assistant director of bands to President Jimmy Simmons. He was also the principal trombonist with the Symphony Southeast Texas and performed regularly in the Sousa Band and brass bands of Battle Creek in Michigan. Wayne was a trombone soloist and section leader of the world's finest United States Navy Band. He led his own 8-piece band as well as an 18-piece rehearsal dance band. Since the inception of Lamarissimo concert series in 1990, Dr. Dias conducted the Lamar Jazz Bands, attracting such notable guest artists as trombonist David Steinmeier, pianist Shelley Bird, arranger and bandmaster Marion Evans, music conductor and composer Bill Holman, and trumpet players Bobby Shue, Dennis Dodson, and Wayne Walter. He also had Grammy Award-winning composer and saxophonist from Beaumont, Texas, Don Rollins, a Lamar alumni, among others. Wayne was also the force behind the Night and Day Orchestra, which was his orchestra that traveled around Beaumont. So he was actually a very good mentor to me. And the other gentleman that just meant so much to me was Dr. Raul Ornelas. Dr. Ornelas taught and mentored generations of trumpet students who have gone on to national prominence in performers and teachers. As a Lamar faculty member since 1972, Dr. Ornelas taught trumpet and music theory. He performed with area and regional symphony orchestras, traveled internationally with the Keith Bryan Sousa Band, and was the leader in organization for trumpet performers and education, as well as a distinguished arranger of music. Raul Ornelas earned the Bachelor's of Music degree from the University of Texas in Austin in 1965, his Master's of Music in McNeese at Lake Charles in 1972, and his Doctor of Musical Arts degree from the University of Southern Mississippi in 1986. For many years, Dr. Ornelas performed on first trumpet with the Lamar Brass Quintet, a group he founded at Lamar. He had been an audience favorite at Lamar's Smoke concerts since the series' inception in 1990, frequently conducting the faculty artist performers as well as taking the stage with the jazz band, wind ensemble, and symphonic bands. Dr. Ornelas was the principal trumpet with the Symphony of Southeast Texas and performed with the Corpus Christi Lake Charles Symphony Orchestra. I couldn't go on and tell you how much these two gentlemen has done for me, and without them, I don't think that I would have the love of music I have, and they taught me how to love music and how to give it to the students. So I hope y'all enjoy. This is for Dr. Dice and Dr. Ornelas. course, for you that have known it. Now, I said I was going to make this joke, but I don't know if I want to make it because it's a tribute to the 20s, 30s, and 40s. Some of you, it's going to hit you here. Some of you young people are like, hey, that's kind of cool. Where's that from? So either way, I hope you either learn something or it brings back a good memory. So that was In the Mood, well known by Glenn Miller in 1940. You heard from Kobe Emmons on tenor sax, Kobe Ford on alto sax, Jack Dolch on trumpet. Our next tune is going to be St. Louis Blues, and it was made popular by anyone who played the trumpet. So, I mean, Harry James from Beaumont to Dizzy Gillespie, and lots of people. It was originally done in 1924, and it's going to feature Chris Crane on trumpet, Nathan Abadabalos, I love saying that wrong, Nathan Abalos, I always do that to him, on alto sax, and Jace Miller on trumpet, and one of many from Ava Lewis on piano. I hope you enjoy St. Louis Blues.
All right, moving along. Next, we're going to feature a fine saxophone player, alto sax, Mr. Kobe Ford, on one of my favorites. I've played it many times, and he's doing a terrific job. Harlem Nocturne. It's been done by Glenn Miller, Duke Ellington, Harry James, many people. It was recorded in 1939. You'll hear from Kobe Ford on alto sax and Ava Lewis again on piano. Thank you. We're going to have a short intermission while we get the other jazz band up. It's an honor and privilege to say this year we had so much interest, I was able to do 2 jazz bands. So that's been a real pleasure to. With the second jazz band, we call it experimental because you might see some instruments that you wouldn't normally see in a normal jazz band. But we made it work anyway. So they want to learn, I'm going to teach. So if we can get the experimental jazz band up, and it'll be just a few minutes.